Episode of Relationship Business. It's actually a new podcast that I'm starting out. I do my own joint called I'm Just Saying, well, I got a partner named Mikey Smalls, the shrewd businessman. You know what I'm saying? Due to kick you out the day after your rent is due. Not the day of, the day after. But anyway, this is a different brand of business. We dealing with relationships where we get in debt, and we bought the famous Cherie. And I say famous because her Instagram following and her social media following is on like Love and Hip Hop numbers. So we gonna flip it over and and get to Cherie and Sharia. And what she does is she brings down a woman's perspective without no holds bars, rough, rugged, and raw. No holds bars. I swear to God, that's what she do. So that's why it was great. My babe said, you should get Sharia. And she was right. I was like, I remember her on the trip. She was definitely no holds bars with anything she had an opinion on. Everybody had to go into detailed topics. Okay, I'm drunk. And I ain't had that much. You know why I'm a semi-drunk? It's because I ain't had nothing to do. It was Wednesday. I ain't had to go to work. And they was up there drinking, so I just joined them. And then next thing you know, socially drinks lead to a little bit of confrontation. Let me move on. I got some questions I want to ask you. So as we join this podcast session right now, we like to take this time and thank everybody that's involved. I got Sharif. Let's introduce your man, because even though he's not on the show, he's here supporting you, and I know that makes a difference. So we're gonna get some love to the brother. Shout out your man so the world could know his name. You ain't got nothing to hide. You multiply.
Right. Hi, everybody. My name is Sharia, a.k.a. Msglam Jones. I'm here with my hubby, DeAndre. Hey, babe.
DeAndre. And this thing looking like Suge Knight in this thing. Definitely corporate thugging out here.
I had to bring my bodyguard with me.
You definitely brought your manager along with you, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Manager, bodyguard, all in one. Save it and keep it in the business of the family. Mm-hmm. And relationships are more like a business now that we kind of understand them a little bit better. But I got one question off the top, and I ain't even put this one on the paper yet. I got one question off the top to ask you, because how long would you say it takes for you to get to know your mate?
To know your mate?
To get to know him. How long would it take?
I would say
it's different, but how long would you take?
I would say I look at all relationships like a business.
Right.
Your first year, you're learning.
Right.
The second year, you apply.
Right.
So, like, I'm in my first year of my relationship, and we've been doing a lot of learning.
A lot of learning. But it's introduction to the business of your relationship. How is it? Because I know my introduction to my business was great. Although it comes with a lot of headaches, ups and downs, but it was a great introduction, which was that year. How was yours?
The introduction was amazing. I felt like the last time we met, I told you I was single.
Right. You was out in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, we were out.
San Juan.
Yeah, we took a family vacation,
Right, yeah.
And everybody was coupled up, and I was one of the singles.
Single.
So the transaction for me was great. We met unexpectedly. We met
by faith.
I would say. And I just let God.
It was meant to be.
Just slide it all in. Yeah.
It was meant to be. Because here he is with you now, supporting you. And there's nothing like black love support. It's hard to get that, because sometimes people don't take that for granted when they say, I support my woman, I tell her to do this. I support my man, I tell him to do that. But was you
there?
But
were you there?
You present?
Right.
Not to ghost you, but was you there? That's what I mean by that. So sometimes you got to take time out and acknowledge it, so it could be a better understanding. We're not sports players or entertainers, but just to be there to give you that support is just a tremendous accomplishment itself. And we should, instead of just letting it get, oh, that was nice. No. Let's recognize that. Support your mate. Be present if you can. And if not, FaceTime her while she there.
Right.
Why he
builds
there?
the bond.
Why he there?
That help builds the bond, the understanding of that individual.
Because in a relationship, it is a business, and that's a partnership right there. When you are committed to whatever business that you have, and vice versa, y'all go further in life. Y'all go further together, I should say. Together, because that's the bond y'all building when y'all willing to work together and be there for each other through these business journeys. So I know what it's like. And now you know what it's like, and it's a wonderful feeling. So I'm going to get into outside of the relationships that we know of, But in general speaking, I ask this first question. So it's a lot of stuff that be going on social media, and people be like, well, why you don't never post this and post that, and you always posting this and posting that, worried about what I'm posting. I ain't never posting, it's my birthday, please show me love, but I'm just posting just whatever I post. But people wonder these questions. Where your girlfriend at on social media? Like, is she watching all of this? And
I'm taking the pictures.
I'm saying this because I'm gonna ask the question. I haven't gotten to it. The question is, when you're in a relationship, is it good to be social media friends on social sites like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or is it okay to allow the space in between and just say, you know what, we together in real life all the time, so I know what you know. I ain't trying to be friends with you on social sites, but I'm still tracking a little bit to know, and I know you are too, but we don't gotta be liking each other's pictures or seeing what you liking or worried about DM somebody. What do you think about that? Do you think it's necessary to actually be social site friends, or is it okay to be sort of spaced out a little bit on social sites only?
I feel like I want to be your friend all the time. I feel like if we're mates, your friends are my friends. If we're trying to grow, why can't we be social media friends? Me and my mate, we're social media friends. We post each other. He posts me. I post him. I feel like I don't have anything to hide. And if we're growing together, people are going to see us together. They don't have to question who you are.
Right. That's true.
If your business online is your business offline, I'm your mate online, I'm your mate offline. So I don't need to be on there every step of the way. You don't have to post me every 24/7.
That's powerful. That's powerful right there. That's powerful, and I gotta agree with that. So I come to ask a different question. So the social site. And the reason why I asked that question is because I got into it. They got these little group things that go on sometimes, and you might comment, and somebody like, "What? What are you saying?" And you might get back smart with them, and then, "What you say?" And I'm like, "What you say? I'm right here. I ain't no internet gangster. Here's my address." Okay, and then bam, your girl gets picture pops up, which happened to me actually, my ex, and it popped up, and he's like, "This your girl? Do she live there too? So when I come over there, she gonna be there?" And I was like, "Oh, motherfucker, you got my fucking girl bitch on the fucking gram. I'm gonna fuck you up, nigga. Who the fuck you think you is?" I was livid. That was to say the least.
You make me spill my drink.
I'm so sorry. Bartender, serve another one on me, please. Because just reliving that moment. I could have been with Fum or Esther. It didn't even matter what the girl looked like. It's just that you had the power to pull up. And I don't know what, I know people can do stuff. But when I saw that, I was just like, oh my God! Now I gotta start like this, like
take yourself out.
Like I gotta start like just like being more discreet about who I'm with, because I don't want that access for you to pull up. It's gonna be there no matter what. You can't hide that, because then you got these problems to deal with. Why you hiding me? What do you got to hide? What's going on? But I keep my page open. You can go and see what I'm doing. It's not a private site, private page. There's no need. I ain't got friends or family or fans only. We ain't doing Pornhub, so there's no need for me to do none of that. But what I'm saying is that I saw that, I was like, and this person was in California, so I'm like, excuse me, how do you get to California on a Frontier airline? This is back in the day when people wasn't really going nowhere, but on major trips with their group friends. So back then I was just like a little bit off guard with it, but that didn't mean I unfriended my lover at the time. It just meant that I had to be more cautious. So that's why I brought that up. I don't think you unfriend somebody, because now you got to live with that person. That person in LA, that was just a moment. You know what I'm saying? But that everyday person that you with, you're going to have these battle lines that you deal with. And I don't think it's worth it. I think you should reconcile and make it work and say, listen, I'm just going to be a little bit more private on who my woman is. I'll post pictures with you, but I won't have it on my page, married to or in a relationship with. Maybe I'll cover that part, but people gonna know, because I'm gonna be next to you like this all the time.
And when you're proud to be with someone, you can't help it.
You can't help it. You're gonna support them. You're gonna love all their pictures. That's my baby. They gonna know. They gonna know. So I'm gonna move forward on that.
I do not believe in posting your locations though.
No, that's another thing.
Because we'll post stuff after we already done it.
Right.
Because people, I had stalkers. He got stalkers. People pull up, and then I'm a fighter. So you pull up on me, I'm fighting everybody.
And if they threaten to pull up, you're like, come on,
if they threaten to pull up, I'm going to be like you. Here go the address.
Here go the Addy. I'm right here. What's up? Oh, hey, your dude's still here.
He already know. I will pull up. Nope.
So look, after you have a bad argument with somebody, with your lover, you can't really say somebody, I apologize, your lover in the relationship, how do you break the ice when it comes to trying to reconcile, or at least to bury the hatches and say this is going on long enough? What steps do you take to break the ice a little bit? What steps you take?
I break the ice with a meal.
No, I mean, if he's sitting there like this,
I'll try to kiss him. See, mine.
You had that nigga call the crib at 3 a.m.
Yeah. I'll try to kiss him. I'll try to touch him. I try to be more affectionate, and then I will ask, "Are you okay?" Now, if the person say they're not okay, they're not okay. So you got to keep pushing that button.
That's true.
I feel like I said, the first year is learning. So in your learning stages, it's gonna be a lot of. I didn't mean to piss you off.
Right.
Like, are you upset? Did that bother you? You need to let me know.
I ain't think that would bother you.
Especially, I've been single for 7 years.
Oh,
so I've been rolling, doing, like you said, when we went to Puerto Rico, whatever the hell I wanted to do.
Whatever you want to do.
I'm like, listen, y'all want y'all mate? I'm out. I'll meet up with y'all later.
Right.
But I have to remember that I have someone else with me.
Right,
like, I still in the process, I'll walk in front of him. He's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean nothing.
I you know what? I agree with you on that part. I was doing that in my first getting with Dana. I really learned that, you got to take your time and go back to the essence. You got to go back to
because
the
I've been
essence.
operating as a single, but now I'm operating as a double. So that all goes back to like your first year of learning your mate. So I know that he's upset. He might not understand why he's upset, but it's my job to get it out.
Right.
Because I could just say F the fact that he's upset and just go on about my day. But when you're trying to build with someone, you're like, damn, I did something.
Right.
I need to know what I did so I won't do it again. Or so we can discuss a way that I can do it better so it won't offend you.
Right. So I'm going to answer that question too. The way you could break the ice, if I'm only going to speak for the men. So men, listen to this, okay? I'm going to say this clearly. The way you could break the ice if you made your woman mad, well, we already know we could go get flowers, but that's the obvious. Don't do it because you might get Jocelyn Hernandez on Cardi. Like, you might get them upside your head. What you do in a situation like that is you know what your woman, like she said, you know what your woman likes. You know her favorite meal. Order her favorite meal. Bring it in. Drop it off on there. I just stopped and I thought of you. I just got your meal. I'm sorry to keep making you mad at me. Play dumb. You can't go and cocky like, what, you still mad about this shit now? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
You gotta leave your ego at the door when it comes to love.
You gotta leave your ego at the door when it comes to love, or you definitely will shun love out. So what I mean by that is you go in with a different persona, like, you change your demeanor, you go in a little more calmer. Hey, I just stopped at your place, I'm sorry. And then, you hear his generous word, you're so beautiful sometimes, I just don't be realizing the mistakes I made. Always throw a nice gesture in, nice comment in, and think of what they like. And then,
FYI, women do not like flowers when they're upset.
They don't, because they know you're only doing it because
you're only doing it because I'm upset. Flowers only mean something to me if we're on good terms, and it's like, oh my God, he really thought about me today. Don't send me those damn flowers.
No.
Because I'm mad at you. You send dead people flowers when they die.
Right.
I don't want them. I take some chicken wings though.
That's why I said the food will be more genuine to her heart, because in the opposite way, I'm thinking will be more genuine to my heart. You bring me a meal because I'm gonna appreciate that a little bit more. You put a little bit more thought behind that than you did
those
something
flowers.
than those flowers. It's like, I know a man is not gonna appreciate flowers anyway, but what could be sincere to a man is a meal. So I'm gonna think the way I would think in a situation and say, I'm gonna get her favorite meal. I might have to go to Ruth Chris or wherever her favorite meal is at. It might be all the way across town somewhere. I gotta go get it because this is that situation. I owe her that, so deservingly, I'm gonna make this happen. So I'm gonna move on to the next question. And number 3, is it smart to be upfront with your mate when there's a sexual hygiene problem? Is it smart to be upfront with your mate when there's a sexual hygiene problem? Let's start with Sharia.
Hell yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Why?
I need to be honest. If I stink, tell me I stink.
Hold on. Can you handle that? Because people want
I
the
don't know,
truth.
because I never stunk. I never had nobody tell me I stunk. So I don't know if I can handle it because I never had that problem.
Right.
But
right.
I done dated men.
Right.
I'm blessed that right now,
right.
the man I have, he always smell good.
Right.
He come home from work, I'm like, damn, baby, you smell good. He's like, what the fuck? I just worked 12 hours. I'm like, but you smell good to me. Right. Then I had guys that stank.
Oh, wow.
Listen, babe, I think you need to get in the shower.
So you actually told him that? And how did they respond? How did he respond?
Oh, I don't feel like it. Well, I don't feel like doing nothing either.
Oh, well, then that's
it just
enough.
Be like that. Then guess what? They wind up getting in that shower.
I understand that. You better get in that shower.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
That's true. That too. All right, so I got to answer that question, and only I can break it down from one experience only. Okay, so it's a podcast, and we know that, and Mom, forgive me, but I'm grown. You know. Yeah, it happened. Nice lady. Years ago, 2009 to be exact. That's how old I am. Tell them my age. It's okay. AARP is in the mail. But by the way, before we get to the AARP card and I open it up and get rejected, here's what I'm gonna tell you. So I told her, turn around. It's time. Can't keep doing missionary. So she turned around, and that's when it happened.
It stank.
It was a butthole that should have been hitting the showers. And you know, you got that smell of like feces you should not smell feces going from the back. So when I smelled that, I was like, So I couldn't hold it no more because number one, it's hard for me to hold stuff in anyway. But this shit stank bad. This shit stank bad. Mind you, she had just went to the bathroom before we was about to get in. I thought she went to freshen up. She went to take a fucking shit. She went to take a fucking shit.
And she ain't wash her butt after.
Man, wasn't no suds back there. That ass was dry with motherfucking feces in that shit. She had feces in that shit. I'm so sorry. The microphone had to flip backwards. That's because it remembers the memory. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. So, after that moment, I had to build up the courage. Now, I'm the Wizard of Oz. I'm in my Wizard of Oz moment. And now I'm looking for the wizard. And I'm going to build up the courage because now I know this is the end. This is over. It's over with once I tell her this. Listen, sweetie. I'm sorry. You need to go back in the bathroom and take a shower because
I wouldn't know how I feel.
It's really bad. It's a bad. Yeah, that's how you remember it though, because you was little when it happened, but it was bad, right? So bad it was knocking stuff over just like that. But one thing it wasn't doing, it wasn't making me stand up at attention. It was just making my brain say, you know what, this is not that important. What's important is tell this person that it's a feces smell. But don't say it that way. Say it like, I just smell something. I don't know. It could be just me. Maybe. I don't know. But could you just wash up, please? And I said that, but I was really thinking in my head, dang, girl, your ass stank.
That I feel like there's a difference between a woman stinking.
It is a big difference.
And a man. Men, y'all supposed to stink.
She wasn't changing no tires.
Right. I'm going to say men.
She wasn't changing no oil playing rough house. She wasn't catching footballs over niggas. Right. Why your ass smell like that?
Right. Like, what the heck were you doing? You're a lady.
But I had to say it in a respectful way, and I think you should just say it in a respectful way and just live with the outcome. If they don't want to be with you no more, that was the last time, mind you. It had to be the last time. I had a roadblock because I told everybody about it. See how I'm telling the world about it 13 years later? I'm told everybody about it. And they was like, damn, so did you keep going? Fuck no, I ain't keep going because that's what y'all niggas do. That's the problem. You don't keep going with no shit like that. You tell them what it is, correct it, and move forward.
Now, torture yourself.
Don't torture yourself because I don't know how you could perform like that. That's when you should have ED problems anyway. So let's move forward. Okay. This question, don't take it personal. I'm just asking this question.
Da-da-da.
It is what it is. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Is marriage overrated in the black community or underrated in the black community? Meaning that, is it just okay to be together for at least 10 years and just stay in common law peace? Or is it a problem to not be married?
I feel, you said for the black community.
For the black community, like just.
So from what I see people together forever that are not married. Now, for what I want, I don't see that in my future. I don't see me being with someone for a decade and we don't have paperwork on each other.
Right, yeah.
What's the purpose? Where's the investment at?
Yeah.
You spent 10, 20 years with someone, but if something happens to you, they're not covered.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about the longevity. You're not thinking about the family.
Yeah.
You're not, I feel like you look at 10 years, you ain't thinking at all.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm gonna just say this. I was with somebody for 8 years and didn't marry him, but I did wind up marrying them maybe the same year, a year later or whatever like that. But I only married them because I kept hearing that part.
They
all
nagged you?
these years and we ain't been married. I guess it's just I'm just gonna be a baby mom forever. Then I'm just gonna be a baby mom forever.
And then I also feel like you can't nag someone to marry you.
That's true.
I feel like if y'all been together 8 years and that person didn't marry you, I feel like from a woman perspective, you need to figure out what you want.
I agree with that.
But I feel like if a man wants you, he's gonna do what he wants to do. He's gonna take that step. Like, hey, I don't want nobody else to even try. Like, this is mine. Leave me be. This is my property. Like, But 10 years.
10 years.
I can say that I was with somebody for 10 years, but we were engaged, but we never took that step. Like, you took that step. Because I always felt like I want to only get married once.
Right.
So I'd rather work these issues out before we jump the gun than to jump the gun and thinking these issues are going to be solved.
I'm going to say this, though, not even go to the next question, but if you was married before, because I've been coached to, hey, you've been married already. Why you want to do it again? It's okay to get married. Maybe you found somebody that fits you better. It's okay to get remarried again. I studied the book of Steve Harvey, not the one, Why Would Men, or whatever that is. I studied the philosophy of it. If your first marriage didn't work, you try it again, because maybe the next person might be better fit for your heart.
And plus, as a human, you learn.
And you'll be better off the next time around.
As a human, I felt like with my first, when I was telling you back then, 20 decades ago, that I felt like I didn't know myself as a woman.
As a woman yet, right.
So it was kind of challenging to learn myself as a woman and then to get to learn my mate.
Right.
And he's learning himself too.
Right, exactly.
So he's learning himself and he's trying to learn me.
Right.
We just, it's all messed up in here.
But that's the investment.
It is the investment, but that's also, it could be a breaking point too.
It could be a breaking point too. You reach your ups and downs. You go through
if you're not aware what's going on, it can just be a lot.
Right.
Like, why?
Right. Yeah, like, why does she keep doing all this?
Because I'm trying to learn myself and you're trying to learn yourself. I can't tell you how to love me because I don't know how to be loved yet.
Right. That's
so that could be
point.
That could be what goes on in your first marriage. You could love that person, but if you as an individual don't know how to love yourself, how can I ask this individual to love me?
How? Exactly. So I got this next question. It's a good, interesting one, but it's different and it's not offensive. If you and your mate, y'all couple, is it possible y'all could stay together if y'all have different religions? Oh. I'm Muslim and she Christian.
Oh, I tried that.
Assalamu alaikum.
I tried that.
Nah, brother. God, like, hold up. Assalamu alaikum. I said, you ain't going, walaikum wassalam me back? Hold up. I don't want to be with you no more. You know what, man? Allah got me somebody, so you know what? We solid. Solid Dean. I can't do this no more. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's me. I'm just reenacting a little bit. But I believe it now. I like to play a little bit. But I know from my younger day that religions and relationships sometimes could clash the more you get serious about a person. So that's just my perspective on it. The more serious you get about a person, the more it could become an issue if that person doesn't want to adapt to what you're doing.
I felt like when I was younger, I didn't care.
Right.
I felt like when I was like in my college girls days, you don't really care. You like somebody, they like you, let's rock out.
Rock out.
But
right.
then, as like you said, as you get serious, you realize this person is totally, this ain't gonna work.
Right.
That person know they ain't gonna work. And most of the time, what I don't get is people know they want to marry something from the same thing, but they still date others.
Yeah. Like, for example, I'll give you a quick example. I don't want to put nobody on blast, but Hassan, you know this because it's your grandma, man. Love you, Mom. She just had a birthday. Love you, Mom. You the best mom ever. But she fell for the okie doke. And I know because I probably would have too if I was a woman at that time of my life. You know, all I'm saying is this. You know, you're a full devoted Christian and you connect with a person who's Muslim and he says he doesn't care. Mm-hmm. But he's in jail. But then he comes home and he care over a period of time. Not the first year because I got to get acclimated with society first to see if I'm accepted. Because if I'm not accepted, I'm going to cross over to Christian too.
I already know what I'm going to say.
But the society accepted me. I'm one of them now. So now I want to do my Muslim thing. And I need me a Muslim sister because this woman don't want to oblige by the Muslim.
But behind them four walls, when he needed you, he gave you were that woman.
Right.
So it's like that's in my eyes. And like you said, when he came home, the actions were different because in his heart, he knew he didn't want to marry that person, but he needed that person. Right. He was codependent on that person while he's behind those four walls. Yeah. Now he home, he free. I'm free. And Philly home of those. Oh. So he done seen the sister. That's all. He ain't got to put the work in. She already know her practice. You ain't got to teach her. Right. So
you're like, wow, I like her better. She already Muslim.
Pretty much. Like I said, I tried dating outside of my religion, and to be honest, this is the first man I ever talked about religion with. I never talked about religion with no man. I never really cared.
That's the real deal then.
And then when I realized that we think the same way when it comes to God, it kind of turned me on. I never got turned on.
Y'all got a different root.
Right. I never got turned on.
Y'all got a different root, y'all, and rooted in each other.
Right. I never got turned on by spirituality.
Wow.
Spirituality.
That's deep.
And that was deep because I dated Muslims. I never seen. I feel like if we all praying, as long as you praying to something.
As long as you got some type of
that's
God
what
in your
I
life,
thought.
Let me respect that.
That's what I thought.
I think we'll be good.
Right.
Because we respect the
fact
that God exists.
But then think about it. I might want to get married in the church.
Right. And I might want to get married at the temple.
Yeah.
And I might want to get married at the mosque.
Right. That's where the confusions come in when things get deeper. But like I said, this is the first time in my life that I actually talk about spirituality with my man, how I actually pray for my man. Right. How I actually, because I feel like when I pray, he's receiving it because we're praying the same way.
Praying the same way.
But that make me, like I said, I never done it before. But it turned me on.
It turns you on. So it gave you something inside of you. You could feel electric a little bit.
Right. It was a different type of electric.
Like, wow.
I'm like, you don't think that's weird?
No,
I like my sage. He just look like it's normal. He don't say nothing. He's like, he's like, all right, we clean. Yeah, baby, we clean. Come here. Before you walk out the door, let me. He's like, you saging me again? Yes.
Oh man, that's deep. I love it. Because that's how you build your relationship mentally, physically, and spiritually. Mm-hmm. And if you do that, you stand the test of time no matter what they throw at your way, because the world throwing darts, the devil throwing darts, everybody throwing darts. And y'all together divine like that, nothing to break y'all apart. And I love that. And that's the root right there. Mm-hmm. So let me get to question number 6 so we can move on real quick. So if you just got out of a bad relationship, I'm talking about nasty, always arguing, putting each other down below the belt, ugly, you fat, and both of y'all beautiful, but y'all just hate each other. Is it safe to go on to another relationship and get serious right after that one? Is it safe to go into another relationship right after that one, just for the safety of comforts and to clear your mind from all that negativity? Is it safe to move on to another relationship after coming out of a bad-blooded relationship? Let's say 1 month after.
Oh, this is a hard one. Because I would say that it all depends on who you're connecting with. Mm-hmm. If you're connecting with someone that's already, I don't want to say weak, but vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Ooh.
I think that's the best word to say.
Ooh.
Then you should know that, okay, this person's vulnerable. I'm vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just step back.
Uh-huh.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
That's complicated.
It's complicated.
Because you don't. That's a real good question. I think it's the only one I've been stuck on.
Yeah.
Because it's natural to want to connect as soon as you break up, but sometimes if that's so toxic, you don't want to bring those toxicities into something that's pure.
Say that word one more time for
Toxicities.
me. Toxicities.
Did I say it right? Did I say it right on camera?
Toxicities.
Yes.
Toxicity. We are learning and developing new core today through the words of Sharia. So let's just keep that in mind, okay? That's why
I get very deep. I don't think you ever hear me get deep, but I get very.
I'm learning today, and so the viewers, and we appreciate this right now. And let's move on to question number 7. But before we move on, I'm gonna give my response and keep it moving. So, do I think you can jump in a relationship right after? It depends. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. You have to tune into the next episode of Relationship Business to find out. Now, let me move on.